Hello, good evening. Om Shanti. Welcome.
Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Good evening.
Om Shanti. Good evening.
Good evening, Shanti. How is everyone doing? Yeah, we have a power outage here right now. So slowly and slowly you'll see the light fade away. So we thought to take the topic today as living outside the box. Living outside the box. So as we all know, box represents this whole physical dimension. Box represents everything that is happening, including, the Zoom call, including wherever we are sitting. Everything is we say it's included in the box. And when we say living outside the box, we're essentially saying that our thoughts, our feelings, our emotions are not based upon what is happening inside the box, but are based on what is happening outside the box. And so, spirituality, we are all students of spirituality. We're all trying to be soul conscious. We're all trying to, be better versions of ourselves, always be loving, peaceful, happy. And that's what it's all about, right? And if we really deeply see that, we also know that we are souls, but then many a times the qualities of the soul, Shanti, it's like are not readily experienced, and we find ourselves, at times struggling, with the experience of soul consciousness. And so, living outside the box is basically, I feel it allows for the soul to really awaken. It's a very simple, let's say, realization. Either I'm inside or I'm outside. There's nothing in between. Either I'm inside the box. So when I'm inside the box, I'm inside the story, then the story matters to me. And when I'm outside the box, then, the soul, the consciousness, the being, the light, the divine, everything that begins to matter, right? So one is conceptual understanding of the soul, conceptual understanding of God. But the other is to actually, activate soul consciousness while we are, here. And that happens when we really take our, consciousness away from the story. Because only then, it's as, it's like when we meet someone, we generally say, we introduce ourselves and we say, I'm Saurabh. And then I'll say, okay, I live in Indianapolis. And that's very generic. Like everyone would, introduce themselves like that. Even if we go to a conference, there'll be a name and a place. That'll be the name tag, right? And so when we talk about ourselves as spiritual beings, we really say, okay, I'm a spiritual being of light. I am a soul. And then the next is, where do I live? That is also very important. Conceptually, we know we live in Paramdham, or the world of light, where there is no sound, there is no motion. But to really feel it on a practical level, I feel this, going and living outside the box, it actually helps quite a bit. So it's like all the feelings of being a soul automatically get activated when I take my mind and intellect outside the box. If there are 10 people sitting in the room, right, and will say, okay, and they introduce themselves, and then they say, I'm from here, I'm from here, I'm from here. And suddenly, we begin to create some perception about them based on where they are from. And based on, if I have lived in, let's say, Gujarat, for example, and if someone is from Gujarat, they'll say, oh, wow, where in Gujarat? I'll say, okay, I'm from this city, or you are from this city, right? We'll try to establish connections, right? And we'll probably feel more, comfortable talking to them because we have a lot in common now, right? There's a lot more we can talk about. And so where we come from has a very big impact, actually, on our consciousness, right? So, when we say we have come from the world of light, and we have all come from the world of light, and we're all these beings who are actually God-like, because soul, the DNA of the soul is actually like God, right? We carry the same impressions of truth, of purity, of nobleness, right? Innocence. And the moment I see everyone and myself, we have all come from that world of light, and we're all angels, no matter, the body can be, can belong to anywhere, but actually we are angels. This reality, this thought automatically takes me to the unlimited. Otherwise, the limitations of the drama, they hijack the experience of soul consciousness very easily. And then we use words like, oh, he's an Indian soul, oh, he's an American soul, right? Is it the right word to say? Can soul be Indian or American? Or no? No. Right. Or we'll say he's an, a Christian soul, or we'll say he's a Buddhist soul, we'll say he's a Chinese soul, right? We often use these words, but really it's incorrect to use these words, because the soul is not, these adjectives don't define the soul. Indian or American or Hindu or Christian or whatever, Sikh is actually adjective for the role, for the body. It's not for the soul. But when I forget where I live, I feel I'm inside the box and the world of the box seems real, right? Then it's like this third eye, this eye of this insight, this spiritual insight just vanishes. And then I get locked up in the detail, in the drama. And then I begin to see others in that light. And so living outside the box. So it's not just, going there, but actually feeling that, yes, we all live outside and we are visitors here. Right? Like immigrants, in this country, always remember we are citizens of some other country and we are visiting here. And we have proof of that, right? We have documentation to prove that. So really, there's this thought that, we're really citizens, we're really residents of that home of light, that land of silence. We're all spiritual beings. And we all live outside the story. That's what our life really is. From inside the story, nothing we can take with us to that home. Is there anything that we can take with us? Anything? Any car or any laptop, iPhone? There's nothing. Not this body, not even a single atom, nothing we can take. And so then we realize that no, it's all meant for me to just enjoy. I'm a witness, I'm a visitor here, I'm a guest here, and I live outside the box. when we talk about our ancestor souls and the effort that they made, this was one of the kind of the main effort. The feeling that we have all incarnated here. And this really takes us beyond. Otherwise, we begin to create limitations. This one is from here, that one is from there. Right? And so many times our behavior is, if they are from a certain religion or a background or a country or wherever, or a certain personality, we begin to relate to them, from that perspective. And we internally create limits. And so either I'm inside the box or I'm outside the box. We call it box because we can just see box from a distance and really practice that everything, whatever happened today, whatever happened yesterday, or whatever happened in the life of this role, it happened inside the box. And that's the truth. Right? All the stories belong to the box. They're all happening inside the box. Just like we are in this room, so we are aware of whatever is there in our room. And so right now, this is all that we can see. We cannot see upstairs. We cannot see outside the garden, nothing. So we feel this is our world. The moment we step out, we realize it's just a room. But unless we step out, we'll still be in that illusion that this is what life is all about. And so we have created these boxes in illusion, right? And we tend to just stay within that boundary, that limit of the box, that walls, all those walls. And so the more I practice this again and again, that everything, whatever happened today, yesterday, throughout the story, or what is going to happen, it's all actually happening inside the box. It is like my state of mind is completely independent of whatever happened. Really make it to that, to that extent, that nothing can really bring me down into the box. Many times we say, think out of the box at work or even in our school life, college life. So think out of the box. So we're really trying to, take our consciousness to a different dimension. And so inside the box is the world of doing, is the world of actions. And outside the box is the world of being, is the world of silence. The more I stay out, when we say, how do I silence my thoughts? A lot of thoughts are coming. How do I silence my thoughts? It's very simple. I just go outside the box. And there is full silence, complete silence. Nothing can disturb me there. But the world inside the box is a very busy world. And again, it's not just physical, it's what I have created in my mind. The world inside the box is very busy. The world outside the box is very easy. So creating this contrast, more and more, and realizing. And really all spirituality and spiritual experiences really boil down to this. When we say Sita crossed the line and got kidnapped by Ravan or illusion, Ravan represents illusion, right? So I, the soul, when I cross the line of from outside the box to inside the box, doesn't mean that I don't perform actions yet. Just means that internally I feel I belong to this world. If I've crossed that line, then I get hijacked by illusion. Then I cannot help but get angry. It's not possible to control. I can say that, okay, I'll not be this, I'll not, be under the spell of illusion. But somewhere the feelings will still be Ravan's. Baba sometimes says it's a Ravan Rajya. It's the land of Ravan. Which really means that this whole inside the box is ruled, is governed by, all the vices, basically. Attachments, ego, everything is inside the box. So body is inside the box. So when we say bodiless, it's basically I go outside the box. Outside the box, there is no body, it's just the soul. I am a soul, bodiless. We say viceless, vice is inside the box. Outside the box, there are no vices. I'm viceless. All the egos are false identifications. They're all inside the box. Outside the box, there are no egos. And so if you really see, spirituality is very simple. It's just taking my consciousness outside the box. And there, then I see my whole beautiful family of angels, of lights. Everyone is godlike. Everyone is beautiful. There are no names. There are no personalities. Everyone's personality is godlike. And everyone is, lovely and worthy of respect. And that's the truth. That's what our reality is. And we're all children of the One. We all belong to the One. There's nothing that we can lose because we don't have anything to lose. And so when we say living, there's living. If I live outside, then it's like I can love. If I live outside, then my love will be coming from outside. Then my peace will be coming from outside. So one is this, we say lokik, the word is lokik versus alokik. And so one is love. We all have love, right? Even in role consciousness, we have a lot of love. But it's not alokik love. That love will always have expectations. It cannot be a pure love. Not possible. It cannot be a selfless. So it's everything, like the more I live outside, the more my love is pure. It is alokik. The more my peace. And that's what when we see on the faces of all the ancestor souls is that alokik, that they don't belong to this world. And that's what, like when we go to the temples, also deities, we also pray to them in that way. that they are not from this world. They are from some other world. That's what we say. It really means that they have practiced this and experienced this as a natural way of life. Mm. Does it kind of resonate? Yeah. Mhm.
Very good point, actually.
Mm. You want to come here, Sanchit Bhai? There's a slide. Maybe you can see the slide. Is your comfort zone and where the magic happens. And so it's taking myself outside the box of box. Basically, I've limited myself, that way. Mhm. Mm. Mhm. And there's so many limits that we create, and that actually don't allow us to be who we are, really. Mm. 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 And so there is this nice quote. It says, if you want something in your life you've never had, you'll have to do something you've never done. Mm. And that's really going out of the box. Mm. That's why also, in meditation, when we remember God, we say, I'm remembering God with a lot of love. And that remembrance is also, um, uh, if I'm inside the box, I'll just remember God to fix my story inside the box. It really actually God lives outside the box. In order for me to really experience God, I need to just go outside the box. Mhm. Mm. So that's where all the experiences begin. Mm. Like going beyond. Mhm. Mm. Um, Even another nice quote, it says, life begins at the end of your comfort zone. Mhm. And so when we hear words like Marjiva, Jiteji Marna, in the Murli also, it's basically this, right? So life begins at the end of your comfort zone. Mhm. Just like the soul begins, the role, consciousness ends. Mm. So, I don't know if you have looked at this. We say one world and two realities: the world inside and the world outside. So, the example we generally give is that of a garden. We've all gone, we all been to a garden, right? So, in a garden, there are two realities. You know what are the two realities in a garden? It's a garden, but there are two realities inside the garden. Mhm. Yeah. There are two creatures that exist in the garden that are completely opposite. Mhm. So the first one, let me give a hint. The first one is a butterfly. Yeah. If you go to a garden, you will see butterflies. And they also, what is the other one? We say slugs or earthworms. Right? So in a garden, there are butterflies, but there are also earthworms. What is the life of a butterfly? It experiences flowers, colors, fragrance, sky, and other butterflies. Its life is a dance, and it makes others dance and happy. That's what. Yeah. It's the life of a butterfly. To always be happy and spread their joy. And the other life is the life of an earthworm. The same garden also has slugs and earthworms. What is their life? They experience stones, shells, and mud. They're probably oblivious to the flowers and their fragrance. So they're so down, at the bottom. Butterflies are possibly unaware of the stones and the mud. It is the same garden, but two different realities. The same garden, but two realities. In the same way, there are two realities. One is inside and the other is outside. So outside is like a butterfly, right? And inside is like a worm, like an earthworm. Right? So if I feel my mind is, getting entangled and dirty, whatever, we say, the debris or the dirt or whatever, all these. So actually it has descended inside, come inside the box. Mhm. Does it make sense, this analogy here?
Yes.
Mm. And so when we say angel, so earth form is more like a Shudra sanskar, right? In terms of sanskar, we say Shudra. Shudra means one who is reality is really based in completely the story. And an angel is one who can see the sky. Okay. And who sees a butterfly. So what do butterflies see and what do the earthworms see? What is the difference in what they see?
Butterfly sees the complete everything and sky.
Sky.
Earthworm only sees the
Yeah.
ground or inside the ground.
Mhm.
Butterfly enjoys life.
Yeah. Mhm. Butterfly enjoys. Right? It's kind of unaware. Because butterfly is even unaware of of what is happening in the life of the earthworm. Right. So there's two distinct states of mind, basically. Right. And so if I find myself thinking too much about something or getting irritated, frustrated, then where am I, inside or outside the box? Inside the box. And so then I have to, sometimes I fight with myself. How do I come out of it? How do I come out of it? And so I really don't have to come out of a situation. I have to come out of the box completely. Come out completely of this world of sorrow and the insecurities of sorrow and whatever is happening, or whatever has happened. And in that second, when I come out, step out, and experience myself as a being of light, eternal, and then feel this is where I belong. And then suddenly nothing matters. Right? That's what happens when we are soul conscious, when we are Baba's remembrance, then as if we are flying, right? Nothing can stop us. But then there are days when we are down and we feel, oh, we cannot connect properly, or a little thing can make us upset. And that's where we have really come inside the box. Right? And that's the indication that Ravan can really attack them. When the soul has come inside the box, then Ravan is doubt and fear and all those things will then can attack the soul and then take the soul away from spirituality completely. And so we say this butterfly is like an angel and earth form is like an ego. So there are two sides. One side is the angel pulling and the other side is the ego pulling. So this is the story of all humans. We have options. A life ruled by ego is a life brought down to the ground. Ego is obsessed with the story. They're worrying, complaining, or indulging in the story. Like indulging. So whatever has happened, I'll keep on thinking this happened, that happened. Because the story becomes the center of attraction. Right? It is a life with stones, shells, and mud. We all have an option. It is the same world, but it's not like I have gone to a different world. I'm still living here, but a life ruled by the angel sees the sky. It sees that all are good and sees the virtues and the greatness of others. It sees the angelic souls, that all are immensely lovely, that all belong to God, are loved by God, and worthy to be loved by all. It sees eternity and the immortal home. Angels are busy celebrating the company of God and know the greatness of God. Their silent chant is that they are lucky and that all are lucky. Their life is a celestial dance and they help others discover their own dance. And we all can feel within ourselves these two sides, right? And we are really truly with Baba. We feel that nothing can stop us. We are, dancing, we are enjoying. And this other, the life. Life means mind ruled by ego. So one garden and two worlds. Shanti. We'll pause here, maybe open up for any thoughts.
Yeah, so now let me break the silence. So here I have one question. Like sometimes I'm like sometimes I obsessed with some guilty feeling, and like it is guilty feeling, and again the feeling of fear as well. Like sometimes because we all believe in the rebirth and all these things. So yeah, this mistake has happened, and maybe I have to face it sometime next birth. So that is also one thing which keeps you down, like inside the box.
Right, that's true, and it's true for all of us, right? We have all made mistakes, and the more we feel guilty about the mistakes, and we're coming back into the box more and more. And so they say that your best teacher is your last mistake. That's what they say. My best teacher is my last mistake. And so it's good to make mistakes, and it's good to learn from mistakes and cherish my mistakes. Mm. Because guilt is an emotion inside the box. Outside the box, it's just clarity. It knows everything is for a reason. Whatever has happened is for a reason. It always happens for good. So this inner knowing is what actually is outside the box.
Om Shanti. I think living outside the box is another great topic, and it's we always and we never we feel like, okay, it's the boss just saying the regular words. But now after this session, I feel thinking outside the box is a very good perspective to get away from the day-to-day draining stuff, because we get consumed in our daily life, mainly because of the ego of the body consciousness, and once this ego comes in, so as rightly said, that worry, complaint, or guilt, or many other factors just start overcoming in our thought process, in our mind. So maybe a minute of a silence and saying to ourselves, thinking outside a box, would really help personally this soul to get it connected to the Supreme Soul is one. Second is how easy this concept is, even just thinking out of the box. It made so simple, and at the end of the day, we say, okay, let's just go out of the box, keep everything away. So how light we become. Otherwise, what happens when we go, like we close our day, we feel so drained. And by just thinking this one thought that let's go out of the box and just go to our bed and sleep, I think everything will be gone. So these are my two takeaways. So thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Om Shanti.
Any other thoughts? They have heard that story, right, of the parrot. So there was a parrot, and the parrot was in a cage, and the parrot was, saying it loud, "Save me, save me, save me," and "Mujhe bachao, mujhe bachao." And so there was one person passing by. He looks at the parrot, बेचारा पिंजरे में बंद है. So he opened the cage and he allowed the pigeon to fly. Right? And then second day, again, pigeon is saying, "Save me, save me." So the door of the cage is open, but the pigeon has gone in, and the parrot has gone inside the cage. And he's saying, "Save me, save me." All he needs to do is just go out. Right? The door is open. Right? When Baba says Baba has opened the lock on your intellect, right? Which really means is we have the overall understanding, we know everything.
We all know it,
Right?
but we are like the parrot.
Mm. So when we're inside the box, then we are,
Good stories for a
Mm. That
Saurabh, what that parrot says, save me, even if someone opens the door.
yeah. Because he's so comfortable being inside the cage.
Yeah,
And yet he feels there's something wrong about it.
correct.
Because
That is addiction of your thoughts,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah. Right.
That chemical which gets secreted in your body, so you get that addiction.
Addiction. Right. Mhm. Mm. When we hear stories about Mama, and how Mama, seeing the ad, Mama said Mama doesn't see anything. Mama is up, which really means she's outside the story. She's outside the box. She's not noticing what is happening inside the box. Mm. And that's why, we feel that power, we feel that, all the Datis really practice this very deeply. It's good to catch myself when I have slipped inside the box. When my vision, my attitude became limited. It's very, sometimes you think it's like soul. We say so many adjectives. ये अच्छी soul है, ये अच्छी soul नहीं है, ये yeah, ये नया soul है, ये ज्ञानी soul है, ये BK soul है. It's like so many adjectives, right? But the reality is they are a soul. They've come from Param Dham. They are so blessed. They are loved by God. God loves the soul. Every soul God loves. Right? But all these boundaries, that's what actually limits our capacity to, have spiritual experiences. It was a game of a second, really. Spiritual experiences, game of a second. Just to be in the unlimited like God.
Shanti.
Ji.
Second point, that coming out of the comfort zone was also that's where the magic happens. So this is also another good point. I just thought it's silent right now, so
Good.
at least I'll revise for everyone. The two other points, really good points, were life is a butterfly, and on the other side, inside. So this was an example, a story about what do we see in the garden. So there is one perspective is butterfly, and another perspective is earthworm. So we can choose what we want to be, and butterflies just enjoy and fly. And on the other side, earthworm is always digging around and inside. So these examples help us a lot to be outside, as in be outside of that body consciousness
Mm,
and be like a butterfly. So,
mm,
and even if on the earth form we feel like we are stuck and getting into this drama.
mm,
So keep revoking the connection with the God and the divine, and just fly.
mhm,
And I think again, Saurabh, these topics are so good.
mm,
It's like it's a brainstorming sessions when we
mm,
and perspective and thought process changes.
mm.
It's like गाड़ी के अंदर पेट्रोल डालने के बराबर है. We need that refueling or maybe oiling, I would say, maybe oiling kind of a thing.
Mm.
So thank you.
Thank you, Baba.
Thank you.
Thank you. to
Thank
all
you,
of
everyone.
Mhm. Yeah, we're all learning together something new. It's good. It's a good checking point, I feel, is to catch what pulls me inside the story.
What pulls me?
Pulls me inside the box. What pulls me inside the box? Right? It's like a trap, right? It's like a like a fish, right? Has anyone done fishing? Fishing, seen, right? So fish are floating, in the water there, but then they see a bait. And they feel, oh, अच्छा है, बहुत अच्छा है, right? And then they go after it, and then they realize, oh, it was a trap. But they are pulled out of it. They are pulled out of their habitat, right? And now suddenly they are enslaved by somebody else. And so that's why, like, if there is something which attracts me, which pulls my conscious, which pulls my vision, something I feel, हाँ, ये बहुत अच्छा है, ये चीज बहुत अच्छी है, हाँ, ये बहुत अच्छी है ना. ऐसे तो सब अच्छा है, but like something which actually, Baba says इच्छा, Baba says इच्छा अच्छा नहीं बनने देती है. या बाबा कई बार बाबा से अच्छा लगता है, I like this, preferences, likes and dislikes. All these things actually pull me inside the box. And they are very subtle. At that time, I may not realize. But later, I will realize that it was Maya. Because then eventually it will drain away the spiritual energy from the soul.
So for me, what pulls me inside the box is, I feel I have work to do. I always keep thinking of the future. I have to do this, I have to do this. So how can I correlate this with outside the box or what can be ready to be
Yeah,
done?
task pulls us inside the box. But really, we have to, that's where, this Baba says, Vitrikadarshi, realize that every task is already being done because it's happening in the drama, and drama has already happened. Whatever is going to happen has already happened. It's not as if I'm doing it for the first time. It's already happened. So whatever happened will happen. I'm just a facilitator. I'm not the doer. Because it's consciousness of doer that actually brings the soul into the action world. Doer. Oh. I'm not a doer. I'm maybe a witness, an observer. And so we'll say, oh, Baba and Rama getting it done, not doing anything. Who am I to do anything anyways? Right? If there's a thought, that thought came from Baba and Rama materialized it. What is What is it that I have done? And then if there's nothing I have done, then there's nothing I have to do, really. And when there are a lot of tasks that are, that are this, some days are busy, right? We have a lot to do in that terminology, if we say. But at that time, it's all the more important to really be detached, just see everything happening. Because then Baba will give a signal, "Abhi ye karna hai, phir ye," that I have to be free. The mind has to be free. Only then I can catch the signal. Mm. Mm. That's what Baba said, catching power. Touching power, catching power. Baba will touch and then I have to catch a signal. What is Baba saying? Especially when we are in the field of action. It's the game of, just invoking Baba more. Okay, Baba, what should we do? Okay, Baba, tell me. Okay, Baba. Like first thought has to be that, "Acha, Baba, kya karna? Acha, Baba, ye karna. Acha, ye karna." That I'm not taking the ownership of the action. Mm. Or any other thoughts? Mhm.
Again, if you want to be outside the box, start loving yourself first.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, if you start hating yourself or you don't love yourself enough, then you are always inside the box.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah, it's good to identify. Now, hate is an emotion inside the box. If I'm outside the box, I cannot hate anyone. It's not possible to hate.
Accept as it is.
Mhm.
Om Shanti.
Yeah.
I like the example of fish which you gave.
Mhm. Mhm. Right. Fish. वही बाबा कहते ना, एक बात होती है, बात जैसे संडे की मुरली में था ना, बात आकर चली जाती है और कई बार हम पकड़ के बैठ जाते हैं। When you bait होता है ना, इंग्लिश में bait is like a बात। पर अगर मैंने पकड़ लिया उसको, then it pulls me inside the box.
Exactly.
कुछ भी थोड़ा भी पकड़, चलो कुछ हुआ, किसी ने कुछ, सिंपल सी बात है, किसी ने कुछ कह दिया, बात हो गई, बहुत टाइम हो गया, but I'm still holding on to it. And sometimes we hold it against the other person too. कि वो ऐसा है, देखो उसने ऐसा किया, वो ऐसा है, या खुद के लिए भी। बात तो चली जाती है, पर हम पकड़ के बैठ जाते हैं। And that is impurity. यही अपवित्रता है. There's a subtle definition of impurity, and this. If I'm holding on to any baat, it's impurity. This whole story of Ramayana is so beautiful, right? सीता को लगा कि नहीं, वो तो ब्राह्मण है, उसको तो चाहिए, देना है। वो कैसे she stepped out of this thing, of the line. And she stepped out and then she got trapped. Yeah, great. So thank you. Thank you, Baba. Thank you, family. Any final thoughts anyone wants to add?
I don't know. I'm getting one thought. I don't know it's related or not. Like, जैसे earthworm का आपने example दिया, तो जब when it rains heavily and it creates that suffocation inside, it just comes out.
Hmm.
I don't know why it is coming in my mind.
Yeah, it just rained heavily here. So, yeah. Yeah, the earthworms will come up then.
Yeah, one last thought. So
Ji.
you cannot be outside of the box every time. You need to go to inside box. So you have to learn that art to be
Yeah.
inside and then outside.
Yeah.
Inside and then outside like that.
Correct.
So don't be always outside. Otherwise you'll kind of I don't know the English term. Like you will become kind of senseless. Probably you can say.
Hmm. Yeah, no, it's like we're still part of everything, it's like we are definitely inside, but then it's important to, hold on to the perspective that we have come from outside. We are here for some time, like that. Oh, light is back. We're here for some time. All right. That's a big realization, I feel. We're here for some time, not forever. They say interview with God, right? Someone said, what surprises you, God, about human beings? And God says that they live as if they would never die. And they die as if they had never lived. They live as if they would never die. Right? We make so many plans, say, whoa. But we forget that एक दिन छोड़ के भी तो जाना है. Right? And they die as if they have never lived. So this realization that we are all travelers, हम सभी यात्री हैं, और यात्रा पर है. Right? Shanti. Take care, everyone. Have a good evening. With Papa, good night. Thank you. Thank you.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, good night.
Good night, Neeraj bhai. Nice to
Thank you. काम कर रहे हो इनबॉक्स आउटबॉक्स करते करते.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rekha bhai. Om Shanti.